Maria. All right, we sound good.
I'm convinced that sports betting is running through the straight male community worse than crack did black people in the 80s. It is bad out here. I had no idea that the online gambling, the FanDuel, the DraftKings was running y'all's pockets that way. I had no idea. Y'all are down bad. I mean, you had a quarter of men under the age of 30 engage in sports gambling. Parlays, the dumbest bet I've ever heard in my life. A parlay, you need multiple things to be true to win your bet. What? Are y'all all suckers?
All right, bet it all on black. Buckle up. So this is something I've been thinking about quite a long time. You guys get those commercials all the time. Post Malone, all these famous people, and it's just all this sports betting stuff. When the truth is this is what happens to most people when they gamble right here. This guy's losing his shit. This was hilarious. Just breaking it down, dude. No, that one was the best. And that's kind of the truth about it. But we're going to break it down today, okay? Everything from sports gambling to the lotto, all right? Fucking the lottery. I'll never understand that one. But I found this one right here, Alpha Investments. This guy saw the same thing I've been seeing. And it's honestly it's kind of alarming, actually.
Gambling thing is getting wild. Like, I see it on YouTube and the social media and all these little things and these little short clips pop up. And they all say sponsored by some online gambling thing. And I see, if I just have the TV on and I walk by and all I see are these sports betting advertisements everywhere. And it shows... I saw one with Post Malone going, you don't need to have Post Malone level money. You can do $10 and you can get that same rush and dopamine hit. And I'm going, then it shows that the camera zooms over to Post Malone making a big bet and going, yeah, hitting it big, getting that rush, that addiction. And I'm going, like, this shit's wild, folks. Like,
you know what else is wild? That guy's setup. Hold on, we got to go back. Look at that artwork. Jesus Christ, he's got the
Renaissance painting.
Yeah, he's got the whole deal, dude. But he's not tripping,
I'm
though.
going, like, this shit's wild, folks. Like,
it really is. Right here, though, in 1992, sports gambling in general was outlawed nationwide, and it wasn't until 2018. So that makes a lot of sense. In the past 7 years, it's really blown up. I mean, to the point where I was working at a restaurant for a while, and for some reason, it was a lot of black dudes at my job who seemed to be big on the sports betting. It's white guys too. It's everybody, mostly men. But these group of dudes, they were really hooked on the sports gambling thing, and they looked at it almost as like it was an income, like it was a way for them to actually make it. And I remember just being like, yo, be careful with that shit, dude. Like, you're going to get hooked on that stuff. And they still did it. And now they got to work 2 jobs. But this one was the best. Is sports gambling proof of income when it comes to buying a car? This is how far gone it's gotten. Like, this is the best. This is unreal, actually.
This is a really good question. If you hitting Prize Picks every month for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 consistently, and you can show 3 to 6 months of consistent deposits going into your checking account, there's a bank out there that's going to take a chance on you. Now, obviously, if you got good credit, the bank not going to ask for proof of income anyway, so this won't even matter. But if you right on that line where you're going to have to show proof of income, if you can show consistently that you are making at least 3, 4, 5 grand consistently from one of the gambling apps, there's a bank that'll take a chance on you.
What?
Wow.
That's next level. I got my homie Nestor here. Okay, he's just chilling out. He helps run the second channel and stuff. But dude, think about that.
Wow.
Go fucking. Hold on. No. This lady explains it perfect before we go any further.
What? And then I read an article that said if you are good at sports betting, meaning you win instead of the house winning, which is always what happens, you get banned, not just from one platform, but they all share information and you'll be banned from all of them all at once because you're successful.
Yeah, that's not wrong. The house always wins. Like, I don't know what this notion is. I guess I've never really gambled on sports. I did one time for a Super Bowl. I used to bartend. One of my regulars he's like, anybody want to make a bet on the Super Bowl? I said, fuck it. I'll bet $100. He's like, what team do you want? And I go, I don't care. And he picked the team and I won. But that was like, 50-50 chance. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like methodically trying to win money here.
Oh, dude, funny story. My friend bet his stimulus check.
No, stop
the
it.
entire thing.
Loser.
On the Super Bowl. Mind you, this guy doesn't know anything about sports, doesn't care. Betted on the Chiefs.
No. Did he win?
And that was the year the Chiefs lost. So.
Loser. But but he's not the only. Okay, to be fair, there is a level of gambling, right? The best way I heard it put was an acquaintance of mine was a gambling addict, recovering gambling addict. And he said that there was the winning, the high you got from winning was the same high you got from losing everything.
Dang.
He said the low was so low, but it was still a high level feeling, if that makes any sense. Like both feelings of losing it all and winning it all.
Yeah.
They were so extreme, it's almost the same thing.
The same intensity.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, oh, I never really thought about it like that. Because I'm a risk taker, but I'm not a gambler, if that makes any sense. Yeah. But this is the best right here. But this is something that the more and more people do it, monkey see, monkey do. Why'd the chicken cross the road, Nestor? Everyone else was doing it. Remember that.
Oh, I just seen a nigga say, go to the bank, take out a loan, and put that bitch on a parlay. At this point in my fucking life, bro, I'm probably thinking about doing it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, gang. It don't even sound like a bad idea, bro, if you really think about it. If you really think about it, nigga, you go get 10K out of a bank, put that bitch on a 5-leg parlay. You guaranteed to hit. Or better yet, bro, if you want.
Okay, a parlay, basically, from what I looked up, is basically when you're making multiple bets. So you're betting that the Baltimore Orioles beat the fucking New York Yankees, and you're also betting that the Cardinals will beat the fucking Blue Jays or whatever the fucking teams are. You're betting on two different things at once is kind of my understanding of a parlay. It's kind of retarded, actually. But according to this guy, it makes sense.
Want to be real, take 5 and take the other 5 and split it in half and make another 5-bet parlay. Bro, sometimes in life, nigga, you gotta take risks, bro. I might actually go to the bank and do that shit tomorrow again. And I know a lot of y'all finna say, oh, bro, that's stupid, that's a free donation. Nigga, it's really not a donation if you think about it. Nigga, if I get 5 tens that I know that's cold as fuck, and that's good, and I know that's guaranteed to win, nigga, that money is gonna triple and quadruple.
Are y'all this silly to not understand this is a waste of your money?
But this is a real thing, man. This is, it's kind of like people feel like it's an actual legitimate option. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
it feels like a real option. We'll get into the lottery at the lines in the store in a minute, but this is the best right here. And I actually agree with this woman right here.
I got to add a new non-negotiable to my list of deal breakers. Like, I now need to add, if he knows what a parlay is, to my list. I need to add, if he has DraftKings on his phone, we can't date.
I don't know.
Yeah, I literally, no. I mean, I guess I don't really have to worry about women being gambling addicts. But like if I was a chick or if I was gay and I'm dating a dude, nah, dude. If you're a gambler, like legit, no way. No way. House always wins, dude. Literally, there are people who have spent all of their money. It's no different than a full-blown drug addict who will literally... Have you ever met anybody on heroin? I'm not saying gambling's like that, but extreme gambling addict, it's the same thing as heroin. When somebody's on heroin, guess what the only thing they care about is? Heroin. They will rob their mother for heroin. They will lose it all. They don't care about housing, food. They definitely don't care about you. people will literally, once it gets that bad, they will gamble it all away. Like it can impact more than just you. You know, if that makes any sense. Well, this is the best though. This is why I think gambling is so good. This is what you hear all the time. Why it's getting so popular.
Oh, who needs to hear this? But if you don't play the lotto, you'll never win. Let me say it louder for the ones in back. If you don't play the lotto, you'll never win. Somebody here is about
to lose it all. I hated her haircut, by the way. No offense. It was terrible. No offense. I'm just joking around. It was a pretty bad haircut. But your statistically, you're going to lose. And you know what's crazy? Is it like this where you live? Just the lines at the gas station?
Oh, man.
Bro, people are in there methodically, like they really are. They really believe they're gonna win. Yeah. If you don't play, you won't win. It's like, what?
Dude, those lines.
But you know what though? You don't see that. Go to a slightly affluent neighborhood. No lines for the lotto. No. Zero. Right here. Lottery statistics show that Americans spend $105 billion on lottery tickets, making it the most popular form of gambling in the U.S. This is expected to increase to a massive $194 billion by 2025. The truth is, lottery is a big business. But how many people actually take a chance, and more importantly, how many people actually win the lottery? They fucking don't. That is the kicker. That's the kicker. You actually don't win. And honestly, it makes sense why sports betting's so big and why the lottery is getting more and more popular. Okay. Because you can't afford it, because it's getting so hard to make it that this is like kind of fuck it. I'll go, dude wants to take a loan from the bank. It's like, could you imagine going to the bank going, hey, I need 10 grand. They go, what's it for? I'm gonna put it all on black. Yeah. I'm gonna bet it on the Chiefs. That's it. No, that. If I was a banker, I'd go give him the loan. Yeah. Give it to him. Oh shit. All right, upward and onward.
Hey man, people really be out here spending money irresponsibly, bro. Let me tell you why I say that though. So me and my dog, we don't work at the same job, but we do get paid on the same day, right?
Oh shit, I cut him off. Okay, so I'll shorten his story. So basically, him and his friend, they're hanging out. They just got paid. Friend's girlfriend calls his friend and goes, hey, where's the half of your rent money? He goes, what? Like, no, literally, this is what happened. She goes, I need your half of the rent. He goes, I don't have it. She goes, what are you talking about? You just got paid. And he goes, oh, I bet it all on a parlay. And she was like, are you fucking kidding me? She hangs up on him. Then this dude was like, yo, you really put all of your whole paycheck, $1,400, on a sports game tonight. And the guy goes, go big or go home. And then this is why this gentleman is saying people are spending money irresponsibly. And you might not have a home to go to with that kind of actions. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But dude, this is a real thing. Just how you said you're homie with the stimulus check?
Yeah.
It's like...
It's the blind, like the huge chance. For example, the whole stimulus check on one team. Mind you, he doesn't know anything about sports.
No.
Not a little bit of research.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, at least try.
I could win.
If you're going to...
Dude, I just I can't believe it though. There's a hotline for this.
We don't work at the same job, but we do get paid on the same day, right?
The biggest threat to consumers' financial health right now in this country is gambling. It is a literal epidemic, and I do not think enough people understand how horrible and dangerous it is and how it's going to probably destroy a generation of people in the coming years. Sports betting was legalized in 2018 by the Supreme Court, and it has created financial devastation that is not getting enough attention. Research has shown that every dollar spent on sports betting reduces your net income by $2.13.
Dang.
Not to get too like conspiracy here, like out of my mind. But you're a sports guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard like a lot of it's kind of like a lot of people say it's like staged? Have you heard that aspect of it?
Yeah, like the
kind of
events and
yeah,
the
like not like
outcome.
wrestling, but like they know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine gambling gets a hold of it. What if gambling creates more money than the actual sport, the event itself?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that becomes the case, you follow me here?
Yeah.
If that became the case, then if everyone's got their money on the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, then they're gonna go, well, the other team has to win.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah. And you know what I could see that theory even being real is like now, I mean, gambling's everywhere, right? But now even ESPN has its own gambling site, its own gambling YouTube channel.
No, it does not.
I swear to God.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Get out of my
So
fucking
now
house.
Even
No, I'm
the
just kidding.
broadcast are
They're
bringing it in.
they're incentivized.
Yeah. So.
Oh, dude, that's how I know. It's definitely rigged now.
Yeah.
And they're gonna let you win a little bit. They're gonna remember the heroin thing, right? It's fun in the beginning. You feel real good. I've never done heroin, but I'm just saying my cousin did heroin. I saw it firsthand. Okay, I saw a girl overdose. Okay, Christmas Eve, I spent all night at a hospital. Some chick I don't know overdosing on heroin. What I mean is it's like this fun thing in the beginning where it feels amazing, or maybe you're winning, but that's just to get you hooked, man. That's what they call a free sample. Anyways,
Which means
ESPN.
the impact goes beyond just the money wagered. It could be even negative of that. And of course, you've probably heard that like gambling is addictive, but it is at the level of substance addiction. It psychologically hacks, like it creates the most addictive pattern of reinforcement known in behavioral psychology. And the unpredictable patterns of wins and losses that come with gambling creates a dopamine response more powerful than like any other type of reward, like at the same level of substance addiction. It's like hijacking the exact same neural pathways. And since the Supreme Court ruling, there has been a 23% increase in searches for gambling addiction help, intimate partner violence.
Intimate partner violence. Let's all place bets right now. Nestor, you're in on this, okay? From right now, a year from today, okay? I'm willing to bet you, speaking of gambling, because I'm more of a, if I do gamble, I want to know that I'm going to win. Okay, I'm not talking about poker here where you can lie. And I'm not saying go play poker. I'm saying you can lie to win in poker, right? So that's one thing. Or like if I'm playing you for money in a game of pool, billiards, I know that I have about an 80% chance of beating you. Unless you're a professional pool player, then I'm just setting myself up for failure. But my point is like that's when you can make a calculated kind of bet. So right now, my calculated bet goes for you and you is that by this time next year, gambling will increase another 15%. That's my kind of idea behind it because of how much I see it growing already. So I'd be willing to put money on that, right? So I do understand how and it is addicting. Have you ever played dice with the boys?
Oh yeah.
$100 games? Yeah. It could be fun, especially when you're winning. People will lose it all though, man. It is kind of it's kind of cool, man. We need to make a gambling app. This is what we need to get into. I'm just kidding.
Increases around 10 percentage points when the NFL home team loses, and states that have mobile betting like legalized there.
I hate to keep cutting this off, but I never understood why people would yell at the TV when like a football game's on. But now I understand. They got $500 on the line. He's going, no, fuck. Really what he's saying is he's like, I just lost $500. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
There's even stronger effects. And these are just initial studies. It's only been legalized for a handful of years now. I bet we are going to see an even more significant rise. And I'm not even just talking about sports betting. I'm talking about prediction markets, betting money, predicting on who the next pope is going to be, who the next president is going to be. I'm talking about meme coins. That is a form of gambling. All of this.
1,000%. What do you think about crypto?
Legalize gambling? No, I mean gambling's already legal. But
I think it's kind of, I think it is a form of game. I think it's like a, what is it? A Ponzi scheme in a way.
Oh, true.
In a way, it's like a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, like you're definitely gambling with that shit. I have money in there, but I know it's a gamble. Like I know that $4,000 I put in there, I'm gonna let it sit, and then when I feel right, I might cash it out. But I know it's a 50-50 chance that could go bust.
And day trading?
Oh, day trading, forget it. Forget it. Let this lady finish. We're winding this down here, but day trading, absolutely. I guess it can be calculated. I guess. For super smart individuals. But other than that, I feel like most people still lose at that shit.
This is becoming so unbelievably destructive. It is affecting young men more significantly than other groups. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see rise of suicide rates around that, because financial stress, when you are in a hole, when you're gambling your money, you're in a hole, that can lead to very, very profound psychological pain and disruption and hurting your mental well-being. And there's so many cognitive biases wrapped up in the ways that betting works, the ways a lot of these mobile apps works. And a lot of these apps have weaponized your psychological vulnerabilities through like super easy mobile interfaces. Like it's never been easy. Like so many ads everywhere. Like you can't go or watch anything without seeing sports betting ads. Push notifications, social features, so you make it feel like it's a community. And that creates addiction by design. Another study found that...
Dude, there's even gambling on... for fantasy.
What do you mean?
No, I don't know. You like fantasy baseball?
Oh, dude.
I'm just kidding. Imagine, no, she said, I don't want to get this video demonetized, but she said suicide. Could you imagine that?
Dude.
They go, what happened to Jerry? He goes, Kansas City lost. Killed himself. Could you imagine that? Yeah. Like, not to make light of that. I'm just saying, that is like, I mean, I guess it's more like, well, he lost all of his money, and now his wife, once she finds out he's going to leave him, he bet the entire mortgage of their house on, the Raider clan. I just can't even imagine, dude.
Bettors reduce their net investments in their savings accounts and mutual funds by 14%. And that can be devastating to some households if you're losing that much money on just betting. And the takeaway that you should get from all this is that gambling is not just a moral issue. It is a cognitive financial issue, and it can have ramifications for everybody, for our economy. And that's why I think it is so unbelievably dangerous to society as large and our financial health. And it's made me just so upset that it's become so normalized in this country.
Yeah, I gotta see the comments on this right here. Okay, we need to talk about how companies are grooming children to develop gambling addictions through video games and mystery boxes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, you're a bit of a video gamer, yeah?
Oh, bro, this is a whole different video for another day. Oh. But how these video games are set up nowadays with it's like microtransactions and these loot boxes that you pay for the box, and it's kind of randomized. Just random items and skins and stuff like that, but it triggers that gambling.
It makes you excited to see, like, oh, what can I get? I guess I did Pokemon cards when like 20, 30 years ago.
Dude, that's like the OG.
30 years ago, I did Pokemon cards. And you'd be like, oh, I hope I get a Charizard. Dad, can I have more money? Yeah. I guess they kind of got a point there. Oh, this person goes, day trading equals gambling, by the way. Now, I had a lot of people I thought said day trading was gambling, and a lot of people kind of came at me about that. You guys, that day trading is like poker. Not everybody's going to be good at poker. So most people who try day trading, Forex, all that bullshit, most people, they don't stick with it because they lose and they get the fuck out of there. Most smart people like myself go to the casino a couple times, you gamble a couple of times on blackjack or bet it all on black, roulette, dice game. We go, this shit is no good. We're smart, but there's way more of us that went and lost $50 than there are of the people who stick around. And a lot of people who stick around tend to lose it all. I'm not saying you will day trading, but let's not bullshit each other here. Sports betting and Robinhood are destroying young men's futures. Okay. I mean, well, yeah, that's what we're kind of talking about. Went into a casino with friends, telling myself I'm okay with losing $200. This is a perfect example of how most people who are rational gamble. They go to a casino or they go somewhere and they go, I brought $500 to lose.
True.
That's literally it. And this person goes, after losing $25 on a digital roulette table, I called it a day.
Dang,
Yeah,
so
fuck.
they weren't even cool with losing the 200.
It wasn't even real roulette where you can like yell, bet it all black.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like, dude, no. My husband said he found an app for gambling on the weather. I wouldn't doubt it, dude. All right, here we go. I grew up in a gambling family, and let me tell you, casual gambling is so dangerous. That's how they get you hooked in, man. As someone who's grown up around all kinds of addiction, gambling is so dangerous because you could throw your entire life away in one hand. Like literal seconds, it's all over.
So real.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at with the, I hated to bring up the heroin thing, but that's what I was kind of getting at. Like once you're so hooked on it, the only thing I've really ever been hooked on was cigarettes. Like there was something about, I was literally on a deathbed. I'm not kidding. This really happened. I was like literally in a hospital for 7 days and really bad pneumonia. And I remember all I can think about was when I get out of here, I'm going to get a cigarette. I'm not kidding, but that's the only thing I've ever been so hooked on to where you know that you could fuck this up. Like you can die and you still want to take it. So I didn't mean to bring up the heroin stuff like that. But anyways, you guys leave your thoughts. I know that you will. Appreciate everybody that bought a Cadillac shirt. Link down below. Got those in the mail. Also, if you want to take a risk on yourself, get some gold. It's a better investment. I got a link down there below. That's more of an investment for you. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm not a big gambler, man. Nestor, you're not a big gambler, yeah?
No.
Yeah, dude. The only gambling we do around here is putting out these YouTube videos and hope that they hit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, solid talk. Everybody that's Nestor, okay? If you're wondering how I've been putting out so much content lately, this guy. My man. Unreal. Solid talk. You got anything else you want to say? You're good?
Nah.
All right, cool.